I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, when someone is being completely compared to greatness, I'm talking about one of the greatest of all time or the greatest of all time, they will often be compared to like a Michael Jordan, metaphorically speaking. For example, an athlete can be looked at as the Michael Jordan of the NFL, the Michael Jordan of the UFC, right? But when it comes to the sport of boxing, you will often hear professional boxers say, I think this guy or that guy is the next Floyd Mayweather. Pretty much the Michael Jordan of boxing, which is coincidentally exactly what Juan Manuel Marquez's trainer, Nacho Beristain, called Floyd Mayweather. He said he is truly the Michael Jordan of boxing. Now, there is a female Michael Jordan of boxing, the greatest female boxer of all time, and that is Claressa Shields. Not only is she the greatest female boxer of all time, but she's one of the greatest boxers of all time. And she gave her take on who she believes is the next Floyd Mayweather of boxing today. She did an interview with Marco Boxing, and she was asked if there was a tournament with all of the best lightweights, who would finish in first place? Who would be the last man standing? Now, the names that were mentioned was Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Lomachenko. And this is what Claressa Shields said.
Shakur.
Yeah.
Shakur
Okay.
will come out on top. Now, the only one who I can say, like, you can say, you know, it'll be out of Shakur and actually Devin. People, I feel like it's out of Shakur and Devin or Shakur and Tank. But, man, like, Devin and Shakur are great boxers.
Yeah.
But phenomenal boxers.
Yeah, they are.
But then Tank is just knocking dudes out left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be real, Shakur getting hit 6% of his fights. Like, these guys are landing 6% on Shakur.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that was
at over 50%.
Crazy.
Power shot.
Right.
So when you landing like that and dudes can't hit you back and all that stuff, man, I think that's Shakur the man. He to me, he's the next pound for pound. He's the next Floyd Mayweather to me.
Okay, guys, so you can see Claressa Shields, she gives Shakur Stevenson the edge. She believes he will be the last man standing. But she says she does believe it's out of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Then she says, or it's out of Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis. But when she says Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are really good boxers, it's as if she's trying to find a nice way to say she would put Shakur number 1, Devin Haney number 2, and Gervonta Tank Davis at number 3. Now, let me just say this. I used to believe that Gervonta Tank Davis definitely was in last place when it came to the Three Kings until I seen what he did to Hector Garcia. That's when I realized Gervonta Tank Davis was on the exact same level as a Devin Haney when it comes to boxing IQ. I think a lot of people felt the exact same way Claressa Shields felt. I know I felt that way until I watched Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. After I watched the Valdez fight and the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Garcia fight, that's when I started to believe that Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, they have a slight edge over Shakur Stevenson when it comes to the boxing IQ. You know, Claressa Shields, she talks about Shakur Stevenson only getting hit with 6% of punches from his opponents, but we have to remember he hasn't been in the ring with Vasily Lomachenko. He's been in the ring with a different level of opposition. And if I recall, Oscar Valdez was able to hit Shakur Stevenson more than he had ever been hit before. And I just feel if that was Gervonta in there with Oscar Valdez, I just believe he would have found a lot more openings in there. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis can adjust a little bit better than Shakur can. Now remember, there's a reason why these three guys are considered the Three Kings, because all three of them are special. They're all on a complete different level compared to all the other fighters at the lightweight division. But I just believe that Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, they have a slight edge over Shakur Stevenson when it comes to the boxing IQ. But when it comes to that 6% that Claressa Shields was talking about, when it comes to Shakur Stevenson's defense, we're going to see how good his defense is going to be against Frank Martin, because styles definitely make fights. Now, with me saying that, this doesn't guarantee that Devin Haney beat Shakur or Gervonta beat Shakur. I just believe from what we have seen, When it comes to their level of opposition, the opponents they've been in the ring with, Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, they seem to be able to adjust a little bit better than Shakur Stevenson does, particularly when it comes to aggressive fighters. When I watched Shakur Stevenson versus Joet Gonzalez, it made me question how comfortable Shakur Stevenson is when it comes to being in there with pressure fighters. He completely dominated the fight, but he did not look extremely comfortable to me. And then in the Oscar Valdez fight, he completely dominated that fight as well. But there was some point in the fight where he took his foot off the gas. And it seemed to me he kind of cruised through some of the middle rounds. But remember, by Shakur Stevenson's own admission, this was the fight where he got hurt to the body. So that would kind of explain why he took his foot off the gas a little bit. But now he's going to be fighting against Frank Martin next. And we don't really know if Frank Martin is going to fight an aggressive fight or if this is going to be a back and forth chess match. But if he does apply a lot of pressure on Shakur Stevenson, it's going to tell us a lot about Shakur, even more. A lot of people are expecting Shakur to win this fight easy just off of Frank Martin's last performance, but I'm not basing this off of his last performance. I'm expecting to see the best Frank Martin, maybe the same Frank Martin that we've seen against Michelle Rivera. Because Frank Martin, he knows that he's going to have to be perfect with everything that he does when he fights against Shakur. Just like Terrence Crawford, he understood that he had to be perfect when he was fighting against Errol Spence. You guys remember when Terrence Crawford was fighting the Mean Machine and other fighters, he was getting hit with punches he shouldn't have got hit with. He made sure he didn't get hit with those punches when he was in there with Errol Spence. Matter of fact, the same thing actually can be said about Inoue when he fought against Stephen Fulton. Inoue surprisingly showed a better defense than Stephen Fulton did in that fight. And Frank Martin will be looking to do the exact same thing when he fights against Shakur Stevenson. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.